Hi everyone, it's Nat here. I'm on today because I have been challenged by Susanna Easdale to do the 10 Crafty Question challenge that's going around at the moment. I actually saw Gail Agostinelli do this the other day, so it's a really good way of getting to know the crafters that you watch on YouTube and a few bits and pieces about them. So I thought while I'm doing it, I will attempt to make a couple of Christmas tags. We'll see how I go. I'm not too good at thinking while I do stuff, but I do have some cardboard, just recycled cardboard to make tags out of. And I've used my gold spray to spray some papers, and I put some copy paper underneath to catch the spray off. So I want to utilise that as well. I won't waste the white bit. I'll keep that to do something else with. Yes, and I've got some of my stamp cutouts from the stamp catalogue, so I'll make some simple tags with them as I answer the 10 questions. So I'll just start by cutting some of these out as we go. So the first question is my name. Well, my name happens to be Natalie Williams. It's amazing, isn't it? But yes, so that is my name. How did I come up with my YouTube name? Well, my YouTube name is Nat Williams. Fancy that. So obviously I have named it after myself at this time. I do plan on very soon changing it though, so keep your eye out for that when it happens, if I ever get myself organised. So now question 3, I've got them written down here, so I'm trying not to lose my list. What is my favourite craft? Now I'm a bit confused about this question because question 10 is what has been your favourite craft so far? So to me both those questions are asking the same thing. So I'll answer what is my favourite craft. At the moment it is making junk journals and embellishments for junk journals. So I will go more into that I think when I get to question 10. Now question 4 is my favourite shops for craft supplies. Well, anyone who's been watching me will know that I love op shop shopping. So my first pick would be the op shops and reusing second-hand items. But I do also want to try all this different stuff, and I see all the lovely things that everyone else gets. So, you know, I do like going to Spotlight and some of the online stores like Craft Online and Spotlight Online, and I get things delivered from there. But I usually try and grab things from these places only when they're on sale. So it saves a bit of money. And I also do like to buy from other crafty people, especially other Australian ladies. I haven't done much of that, like on Etsy and that, but I have done a few. Like when I've got a bit of extra money, I like to have a look and see if there's something for sale that I want to use in a project and grab it. I will do more of that in the future. I just usually have spent all my money at the op shop before then, so yeah, so they would be my favourite shops to shop at for my crafty goods. Now it's hard to get this in, but as you can see, I'm just using my punch to punch out some of the gold paper as a backing for my tags. So I have a bit of a breather from talking and finished doing this. And then I'll check out the next question, or else I'll be finished them really quickly. I'm not too good at talking about myself, so. Now let's see how many of these we need. We've got 3. Probably won't need too many. I'll just cut this piece now. We've got, the next one is top 5 YouTube channels. Well, this one's hard because I know the question does say top 5 or more. Well, I will do more because I feel bad if I don't mention some extras. But when I started out watching people doing making junk journals and ephemera, I pretty well started watching the American ladies, and that would have included Nick the Booksmith and Gail Agostinelli mainly. So I still watch Gail a fair bit. I'm so used to watching her before I go to bed at nights. She's got a contagious laugh, that lady. I love Nick the Booksmith, but I've had to cut right back on watching a lot of the overseas and internationals because I have taken on watching a lot of the Aussie girls, which is great. I also enjoy Amity Bloom, but I've only watched 1 or 2 of her videos, but I do love how she uses pastels and the colours that she uses and the plain papers and stuff. They look really good. She doesn't use like ink and all this other stuff, but yeah, it's very different style, and I really want to try that sometime. So, and then I did start noticing some of the Aussie ladies, and which included Susanna Easdale. I love her collaging and the way she uses old books and that, and I was very fascinated by that. Bonnie Wood from Bonnie and Clive. Susanna is Vintage Blend Studios too. Bonnie's Bonnie and Clive. Yeah, I love that she recycles heaps of stuff, and she only likes using mainly recycled stuff. The same with Pam at Honeybee Crafting. I love watching her too. She does the best lace work, so she's been a great inspiration to me in using laces and that. I like watching Sonia Steptoe, Natasha at Treasure Books, and Uni Desiree, of course, from Willowbound Journals. So they've all been great Australian inspirations to me, and I do try to keep up with them. And Jeanette Dawkins as well is one of my latest that I've been watching a lot of. I really enjoy her style. And there's lots and lots more, so I apologise if I've missed yous because, yeah, I watch heaps. And then, of course, we've got a few new girls lately too, which I really enjoy watching, and that's Katrina Webb, Billy J. Alexander and Lydia Woods. Yeah, so there's heaps of people, so I try keeping up with all of them, and it doesn't leave me much time to watch the internationals, so I just save a lot of their videos and that to watch one day if I want to sit down and watch a whole lot or whatever. So I'm just glad that I found the playback speed button on YouTube so that I can watch them a bit quicker so I can get through more, because yeah, it's a lot to keep up with, but I so enjoy it and I learn so much from everyone. Doesn't matter what their style is or how new or how long they've been doing it for, I learn from every single one of you, so thank you. All right, now that was way more than 5. Favourite colours, well, people who watch me would also know I love purple. All shades of purple, lilac, lavender, all that sort of stuff, and green. I do probably have a preference for your more sort of nature tones other than purple. Yeah, but I like trying a bit of everything, so, but they would be my favourites. I've even changed like my Christmas tree decorations to purple and green. They actually go really nice together. Now, favourite craft tools. Okay, well, I'm using some of them at the moment, so we will start with what you can't do without is scissors, and lots of different scissors. So these are the 3 I use the most at the moment. I like these big ones for cardboard and bigger stuff that might ruin these ones. These are the ones I use most to cut out pictures and paper. And then these are the ones I use a lot for my fussy cutting. They're just like sewing scissors or whatever, and for your little bits of fabric and that, nice and sharp. My fabric glue, can't do without that. It's my most used glue, and I have managed to put it into one of these. I think I got this from Craft Online or one of the online stores anyway. Real cheap they are, come in a pack of 2, so, and yeah, I use that when I want to do the finer work. Now, there's a couple of things that I didn't bring out. They're a bit big. My guillotine and paper cutter that I got from Aldi, can't do without that. My Big Shot for my die cutting. And my, now I'm trying to remember what it's called. My photo my, what are they called? Envelope cutting board. That's the one, envelope punch board photo. Oh, I told you, not good at talking like this much, but I will get there. So they are probably my favourite craft tools, as well as some of my punches. So I've got a whole heap of punches, but the main ones I use would be my 2.5 inch circle punch for your AT coins and just for embellishments, and smaller circle punches as well. The one that I'm using right now, my tag punch, my little envelope punch, my 3-in-1 corner punch. That is awesome, absolutely love it. I thought there was another one that I really liked. Hang on, oh, my stamp punch, of course. So yes, they're the ones that I keep out in the lounge so that I can use them on books and that while I'm ripping them apart. So they would be my favourite tools. Now, where do I get my love of crafting from? It's a good question. I think my mum's sort of always dabbled in little bits here and there. I've always been envious of people with the things they've made when I was growing up and that, because I could never make anything like others did. I was never as neat as them. I couldn't write as neat. I couldn't draw as well, colour in as good, you know. And because I've been talking, I've done them on the wrong side. That's all right. I will just stick some on the other side too. Yeah, I told you I'm not very good at thinking while I'm crafting. But yeah, so I tried lots of different crafts and stuff, but I just never felt that I was any good at them. So, but I've always loved to want to do them, and I've always collected for crafting all sorts of different crafts, and I've always collected books with instructions and stuff, and I did dabble in cross stitch and a bit of black work. I wanted to do like miniature stuff for dolls' houses, and yeah, I mean, I have got like almost everything for every different craft, quilling, all sorts of stuff, but I just haven't really done much of it because I just don't think I'm very good at any of it. So yeah. My daughter is quite crafty as well, so I think she gets that from her father's side of the family more than mine though, probably, but yeah. Alright, so I've fixed those up just by sticking some more on, because I could figure you can probably write on this with something. If not, it doesn't really matter. But yeah. And what is the next one? When did you start crafting? Well, probably mainly when I moved out of home and had my daughter, I think. So probably around 2021. I started trying to do, I think I started cross-stitching when she was young, as something to do while I was inside looking after her and stuff. So it would have been from then on that I started collecting for crafting and trying a bit of this and that. And then the last one is, what has been your favourite craft so far? Well, as I said, that's sort of a bit like, what is your favourite craft? I don't know if I got those questions wrong, but so as I said, it's like junk journaling and that, and I figure I'll go into what got me started in junk journaling once I wipe the tip of my glue, which has decided to ooze out everywhere. So I was seeing book pages. I have told this story before, but I was seeing book pages getting discarded and lots of books going into the recycling. And I knew that there were some crafts that you could do with book pages, so I started looking up on Pinterest. So I've been on Pinterest for a number of years now because my daughter got me into it, and I'm a bit of an addict on Pinterest. I think I have like over 200 boards and 4,000 and something followers on Pinterest. Yeah, but I didn't have anything on there about junk journaling or anything. I think I had seen it once or twice and just thought, what is the purpose of this? I just don't get it. Why would you want a book made out of junk and stuff? So I didn't really look into it much. But when I saw all the books getting discarded, I started doing searches on Pinterest for what you can make with book pages. And I come across all your like book folding and what do they call it when you do the like book cutting and stuff, and I really liked a lot of that, but it's very sort of intricate and I don't know how I'd manage with that sort of thing. And then I thought, well, with book folding that, what would I do with it? You sort of do one and it sits on the shelf, gathers dust, you know, and I do like to make things that have a bit of a purpose or whatever. So yeah, and then I come across probably like Patricia Viramonte's or whatever and saw some of the pockets that she makes. And I thought, oh, that's weird. That's something you could do with pages, but what do you do with them, you know? And then I saw that you put them in the junk journals. And so I looked more deeply into junk journaling and started finding Gail Agostinelli and a whole lot of people. Started watching the videos and just like a lot of yous just absolutely fell in love with it. Yeah, I think it's like the best thing I've found in my life at the moment, so I just have so much fun doing it. And the best thing was I could utilise all the little bits and pieces that I had bought for other crafts, because I have like thousands of beads and ribbons and all this stuff that I've been buying that I haven't used, and it's, you know, I haven't wanted to get rid of it, so it's really nice to have finally found a way to utilise it all. Now, these are from the stamp catalogue. These big ones I used in my Christmas journal. They make awesome journaling cards and stuff. So, and then I used some of these ones for like little tuck spots and just backed them onto cardstock. But what we want today is just the smaller ones. So yes, I think I have answered my 10 questions pretty well now. So I have to tag a couple of people. So I'm hoping these people haven't done it. I did check their YouTubes and I don't think they have done it. So I'm going to tag, and they'll probably hate me for it, but bad luck. I'm going to tag Wendy Mason and Katrina Webb. So, because I think it's really interesting to hear how people get started and who they like watching on YouTube and everything. So now what I'm going to do is find a stamp that I like the looks of that fits nicely on here. That one's not too bad, but I reckon I've got better ones here somewhere. This one would be perfect because it's got gold on it. See, it fits quite nicely on this gold ribbon. So I'm just going to stick that on. So yeah, that was fun. I hope that I did all right. I do struggle talking like that. People that have watched my channel for a long time probably know that I do have autism. I have Asperger's, and communication can be hard. And I'm always surprised when people who watch my videos say that I sound relaxed, and I do so well in that, because it's very hard sometimes to communicate well. I suppose when I'm just saying little bits and pieces and I've sort of thought of what I want to say, that it's all right, but it's when I have to say a whole big lot or whatever that I can get quite sidetracked. So, and that's another reason why junk journaling's just been wonderful for me as well, because you do have problems with communication and socialisation and that when you do have autism, and you've all been just the best mob of people to get to know, and so accepting and everything, and positive. So it's really helped me come out of my shell and do these videos and, try and communicate better and get to know people. It's a bit less threatening, I suppose, online than it is in real life and that. I don't tend to socialise much at all, which I don't mind, but it's really nice having a group of people that you feel like you fit in with, and similar interests and stuff as well. So yes, I'd like to very much thank all my subbies and all the people on the Facebook groups that I'm in for being such wonderful people, and for putting up with me. So I'm just going to finish another 2 after this one, I reckon, and that will probably be long enough And then I should get off before my batteries run out or my memory card runs out or you go to sleep. So I've got those two. Though I should try and get the toppers on these at least to straighten these up. So yeah, I love these tags because said you use your recycled cardboard. The ribbon I'm using is from the second-hand shop. And the gold paper, they're my Kmart pump spray paints. That was another thing I was going to show you as one of my favourite tools. Been using them for everything. But I reckon the stamps look really nice with the ribbon to back them. That one only just fits with a bit of the ribbon showing, but that's alright. Alright, make this the last one. I'll see if I can find a good... Got to look for the ones that like a portrait, not landscape. I could do landscape ones, it wouldn't matter too much. That one's got a bit cut off of, so... This, oh, here's another one of those ones, I'll do that. So yes, busy day again today. It's been nice and sunny, but it was shopping with Mum day today, and then I did get out in the garden for a little bit. Pruned my grapevine. I'm pruning that into sort of like a tree because it just goes everywhere too much and the birds usually get all the grapes and that, so I thought I'll just keep it small at the moment. And then started putting some paper and cardboard and mulch down on the paths to conquer the weeds. I've been getting all your freebie seedling kit things from Woolworths when you spend $30 or more and getting them started. Figure might as well you get them for free when you spend, you know, do your shopping or whatever. Might as well grab them rather than going and buying seedlings. So, all right, so that's the 4 of them. Now hopefully we have time. Get my crocodile, which is another one of my favourite tools. I'll just use the small side to make some little holes. Now because of the cardboard, these are pretty sturdy, so I don't worry about putting eyelets in. And then I have this cord, which I grabbed from Kmart as well, really cheap. They have these metallic cords, and they also had some like strings that were like purple and blue and stuff. So I grabbed both of them. But this matches really nicely with the tags, the colour of the paint and the ribbon as well. Shove them through that way. There we go. I'll just even them up when I put them in the journal. So I bought some pull-apart pizza roll thing for lunch today, and there's enough for tea, so it means I don't have to cook, which is great. More time for crafting. I didn't have much to buy shopping today, so I left Mum in the supermarket doing hers and went up to the car and sat in there and did some fussy cutting. So I'm going to leave all my like magazine flowers and a pair of scissors in the car, I reckon, from now on, so I can sit in there and fussy cut at times. So I often take my son to appointments and stuff, so it's actually nice and relaxing sitting in there and cutting away. And because I'm in the car, the dog can't hassle me because she's at home, so because when I'm at home she hassles me a lot. Alright, so that's the 4 of them. Give you a bit of a closer look. I really love how they turn out. I love that gold spray paint on the paper. It's a really nice backing, and they look so, you know, cheery and festive for Christmas. So good way of using your stamp catalogue cutouts or your stamps as well for Christmas. Very easy. Alrighty. Well, thank you for listening to me ramble on, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.